What's up, everybody? Matt from the Jam Gamecast here, coming to you tonight with a collection video. I couldn't really figure out which collection I wanted to do, but I ultimately decided that I wanted to do a collection video on my PS3 collection. So we'll jump right into it. First game I have for my PlayStation 3 is one of my favorites, and it's Back to the Future, the video game, or Back to the Future, the game. I played this game when I was getting back into playing games and collecting, and it's one of the first games I wanted to get for the PlayStation 3. At the time, I didn't have a PS4 yet. So actually, my wife got this for me for Christmas, and I played it right away, and I absolutely loved it. It's like a continuation of the movies. I would say this is almost like a part 4 for the series. So if you haven't played this one, you should definitely pick it up. It's complete and everything. I mean, I'm not a big manual guy. If the game doesn't have the manual, it doesn't really bother me too much as long as the price, if it's priced accordingly. But yeah, this is a great game. Next game I have is actually not my original copy of this. For the life of me, when I moved to my new house and I was getting out my collection and everything, I could not find this game anywhere. I don't know what happened to it. So this is the second copy I bought of it, and that's Batman Arkham Asylum. And as you can see, this is the greatest hits collection. That doesn't really bother me either, if it's the greatest hits edition. I actually, the whole red case thing, I would probably prefer it to be in just a regular clear case with just the red label. But it doesn't bother me a whole lot. I know some people don't like to buy the greatest hits, but again, if it's cheaper, I'll pick up the greatest hits. And I think I actually got this, my wife had a bunch of credit to Kohl's actually, and she was like, oh, we only have a few more days to use this credit. Is there anything you want? And I went on and checked out what video games they had, and this was one of them. So I picked this up. When I had my original copy of it, I dived pretty far into the game and I was pretty far. But then I kind of, at that time, and this was back when, when the PS3 first came out, or when this game first came out when I was originally playing it. I got pretty far, but I never completed it. It's something I should really go back and, complete at some point. But yeah, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. Alright, and the next game I have is the Batman Arkham City. And again, this was another game I got from Kohl's. And as you can see, it's the greatest hits, version of it. I've never played this game, though. From what I hear, though, everybody says that this just builds completely on Arkham Asylum. And I enjoyed Arkham Asylum, so I'm sure I'll like this game. So, yeah. And then you could probably guess what my next game is, and that's Arkham Origins. Now, if I understand correctly, was this game not made by the same people as the other two? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure where I got this. This might have been another Kohl's one, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's complete and everything. But yeah, I haven't played this one yet either. At some point, I need to go back and play this series, the Arkham series. So, all right, the next game we have is actually JRPG. Now, if you've been watching the channel, everybody knows that I love JRPGs. And I got this one from eBay, actually, because I think it's kind of a hard game to find. I've never come across it in person, so I ordered it from eBay. I think I got it for about $21, and that's Cross Edge. Now this is sort of like from what I understand, it's like a mashup of different characters from different series kind of joined together in one RPG or JRPG, and I love that stuff. I absolutely love that stuff. I kind of talked about that in my Mario plus Rabbids review or impressions video, where I love where they just kind of take characters from completely different realms and just throw them together. Kind of usually the stories don't hold up very well, but I always think it's cool. Now, this one doesn't have a manual, but like I said, manual thing doesn't really bother me a whole lot. But I picked this up on eBay because I've never come across it in person. So yeah. Alright, the next one's a pretty famous JRPG, and it's coming to the PS4 now. Or I guess it's on PS4 already. Or it's coming, I'm not sure. But I think, I haven't played it, but I think I want to try to get on the Vita, and that's Dragon's Crown. Vanillaware game, released by Atlas, so it's always a good thing if Atlas is involved. So I'll have to try to play at some point, and but like I said, I think I want to try to play it on the Vita. But back before I really kind of was into the Vita is when I picked up this game because I wanted to play it. But now I think I'll try to get a Vita copy. Okay, my next game is, if you grew up in the early 90s or late 80s, early 90s, you probably have this game or have the original version of it on the NES, and that's DuckTales Remastered. Again, when I was getting back into collecting and I saw that they made a remaster of the NES game, I knew that I wanted to get it. I loved that game. I loved DuckTales as a kid. Now, my original copy that I bought of this game, and I didn't realize it when I bought it, but it was actually a digital one, and it was kind of I was getting back into collecting at that time, and I didn't know what digital games was. I didn't know that they sold a case with a digital code inside. I just thought if it was digital, you bought it online or whatever. So I got home, opened it up, and it was just like a cardboard disc, and I was like, what is this? And then I realized it said, download code, and it had on the front, which I completely missed, and it said like digital only copy. So that was my mistake. But it came with a cool collector's pin, and I should actually get that out and put it in the collection back here. But yeah, DuckTales Remastered, great game. Alright, and the next one, everyone will probably laugh at this game. It has a pretty bad rap. I thought that it looked cool. I haven't played it yet. And I got this at GameStop, and it was like $1.98. And I was like, well, for that price, I'm not really investing too much, and that's Duke Nukem Forever. I don't know, I remember when the original Duke Nukem came out. I remember I really liked the game. I guess that was on the Super Nintendo, and I enjoyed it. So I always kind of had like a special place in my heart for Duke Nukem. So, I picked up this game. I'll probably play it at some point. And for $1.98, it is what it is. Alright, and here's another game that actually has a bad rap, and I actually got this one off of eBay, and I got this one off eBay for $1, which, for $1 again, And I actually think I'm going to like this game. I've watched reviews of it. I think I'll like it. It has a bad rap, but that's Final Fantasy XIII. Now, you'll notice that it's a greatest hits version of the game, but it's in a clear case. That's because when I got the game from the person I bought it from off eBay, the back plastic had like a big hole cut out of it for whatever reason. So I had an extra clear case laying around, so I put it in there. And I actually like this look better. I wish, I don't mind the red label, greatest hits, but I don't like the red case thing. I don't know, it kind of bothers me a little bit, but not enough to not buy them. But I wish they would have just released them like this. But I think I'll like this game. I haven't played it yet, but I think I'll like it. Alright, and moving on. My next game in the collection is, alright, next game, I actually was watching something recently, and the video I was watching kind of mentioned that this game is harder to find. I think I found it at just like a local game store somewhere. In fact, I think me and my wife were coming back from vacation, and I think we stopped in a store along the way just, to make a little stop, and I think I found it there, and it's a JRPG, and that's Folklore. never realized this game was hard to find. If it is, I don't know if it is. If you know, let me know in the comments. But it looks like a pretty cool RPG. Haven't played it yet. Looks a little weird, and I'm not a big fan of really weird stuff. But I do like my JRPGs, so I'll give it a try. See what I think. All right, and next one's another JRPG, and it's kind of another niche, quirky series. And this is Hyperdimension Neptunia V. This is the third game in the series. When I first discovered the series, I was like, oh, these games look kind of cool. So I went to pick them up, and I don't know why I picked up, Hyperdimension Neptunia V. I think because this one looked the coolest, but now I want to play them in order, and I have Rebirth 1 on the Vita, so I want to play that one first, and then I'll probably end up getting this series on the Vita and play it on the Vita, but I have this one on the PS3, so. Alright, the next game is, kind of looks like a cool game, and this was another one I picked up at the same store when we were coming home from vacation for a decent price, and that's Lollipop Chainsaw. A lot of fans of this game. Kind of like a fun, horror type game, but doesn't take itself too seriously. It's kind of a funny game as well. So yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw. Alright, and my next game is a game that I believe I got this in Target, and I believe it was like on sale for really cheap. I think it was like some sort of deal. It might have been one of their like buy one get one free deals or something like that, but it was pretty cheap, and that's Rayman Origins. But this is another game. I haven't played it yet. I'm very interested in the Rayman series. I haven't really gotten into it yet. I have the original game on the PS1, but then this is another game that it's on the Vita, and I got this before I was really into the Vita, so now I think if I play it, I'll probably play this and Legends on the Vita, but I guess it's cool to have on the PS3. Alright, and another thing is another Kohl's purchase, and you'll be able to tell from the red Greatest Hits case, but that's Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. Once I saw that this was on there, I was like, well, that's a definite, because it has all those games on there. It has the Phantasy Star games, the Sonic games and everything, all the Sega classics. So, I was using free credit we had at Kohl's that we needed to use, so I picked this one up. So, yeah, if you ever have a chance to get this one, I think you should definitely get it. Alright, and I think this next game is actually my latest game that I bought for the PS3. I got it on at GameStop, one of the last times I bought something from GameStop, and it's a JRPG, and it was only about like $10, which I think previously it was more expensive than that, but once I saw it for $10, I grabbed it, and that's Time and Eternity. It's supposed to be a pretty cool JRPG, so I'm looking forward to playing it. As you can tell, I haven't played a lot of these games, which, with between work and family stuff and everything, I'm really more of a handheld gamer lately. That's why I have my Vita collection and my PSP collection and everything. So I do a lot of handheld gaming, but when I get back into and I have more time available and I can play consoles, I want to jump into some of these JRPGs on the console, especially on the PS3. So Time and Eternity. Alright, and next one is huge fan of the films, and when I saw that they had this game out, it looked really cool, and that's Tron Evolution. I love the Tron movies, the original and Tron Legacy, so once I saw the game, I knew that I wanted to pick it up. So yeah, Tron Evolution, I'm sorry. Alright, and next one's a classic series on the PS3, and that's the Uncharted series. So I have the first Uncharted game, Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I haven't dived into this series yet, and I actually noticed when I was getting this collection out off the shelf, I noticed that this is a not for resale copy. I didn't realize I had that. I got this at GameStop for like, I think they were selling them for like $2.98. The whole, like, each game in the series was that. So yeah, it's the not for resale copy, which is cool, I guess, you know. Alright, and then, as you could guess, Uncharted II. You know, I have a kind of a cool story about this. I remember I bought this, and or probably like a little bit before Christmas, and it's just one of those things. I bought it, I kind of put it in the game room, and you know, I usually like to, you know, take the stickers off and, you know, wipe them down and clean the cases and stuff before I put them on the shelf. So I kind of put it away and didn't really have time to do that. And then a couple months later in February, I finally got around to doing that. I opened up the case and the game was not there. So I was like, oh, rookie mistake. You always have to check the cases, even when you get the games from GameStop, because they can forget sometimes too. So my wife actually took the receipt and she went to the store and explained to them what happened. And, you know, I think because they saw the price was only $2.98, they're just like, oh, okay, we'll just give you another disc. And they actually gave me the Game of the Year edition, and it's also greatest hits. So the disc doesn't match up with the case, but it's still the game, and I guess technically got a better copy of the game since it's the Game of the Year edition. But so it's kind of a little cool story for that. So, and then as you can guess, next game, Uncharted III. So again, like I said, I haven't dived into this series yet, but you know, this was the next game in the series, and you know, again, they were each $2.98, so, you know, I picked those up. And surprisingly, I didn't pick these up all at the same time. They were all bought completely separately, but they are each $2.98. I specifically remember because I was like, well, for that price, you know, I have to just pick it up, so. Alright, the next one is a classic JRPG on the PS3. They're coming out with, well, they did come out with the remaster, and they just announced the next game in the series, but this is Valkyria Chronicles. Classic, good Sega game. Classic on the PS3. So yeah, if you're into JRPGs, you should definitely pick this one up. Alright, and my last game for the PS3 collection, and this one kind of has a cool story to it, but that's The Walking Dead, the first season. This was actually one my wife specially ordered for me. She wanted to get it for me for Christmas, but it wasn't in. She ordered it, and then we had to go pick it up after Christmas from, I think, Walmart or Target or something like that. So I have this copy. I haven't played it yet. Again, though, this is another one that's on the Vita. So if I play it, I might play it on the Vita. But it's cool to have it on the PS3 too. So yeah, so that does it for my PS3 collection. Like I said, I was having a hard time deciding what collection I wanted to do. I ultimately decided on the PS3, but you know, I was thinking about, should I do a PS2 collection video? Should I do my Wii collection video? So let me know down in the comments what collection videos you would want to see. Have my original NES collection from when I was a kid. I have my SNES collection. You know, I have my DS collection. I was thinking about doing that. I have Xbox games. If I do Xbox, though, I think I'll do Xbox One through the OG Xbox, just because I think altogether that all three of those consoles would make a good collection, but if I just did each console, the video would be too short. So let me know down in the comments, and if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. You know, me and my brother do a podcast. I do collection videos. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and as always, thanks for the support. I'll see you next time.